My Jesus was a black man. That is why we are still carrying the cross emotionally and mentally. If we look at what's going on, especially in black churches, there's a lot of wannabe politicians that are pastors, right? And they talk about political views and they do it from this black emotional mental perspective, meaning they mess with the psyche of the people emotionally and mentally by speaking about something that is traumatic, which is race. Racism was a huge part of American culture at one point, and bringing those things up can really tug at the heartstrings of people, and that's what brings that segregation. And what people don't realize is that is not what God wanted. However, this is where we are today. So let's go to the verse that people often use, because there's only really one verse that they can pull from. Let's go to that verse and we'll talk about that. All right, so this is the verse that people often try to use, Revelation 14:15. Okay, the hair on his head was white like wool, white as snow. His eyes were blazing like fire. But here's the one: his feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace. Okay, now that's the Niv version. Okay, it doesn't even say it like that in the King KJV version. So his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as flames of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass. Okay, so fine brass, that's how they word it, and as if they were burning in a furnace. They try to say because his skin was bronze, that means that he's black, right? Talking about Jesus being black. Anyone who knows understands that he was a Jew, and Jewish people lived in the Middle East. That's where Jerusalem is considered in the Middle Eastern part of the world. So Middle Eastern people are brown, but to say that they're black, I don't know. Now, I don't want to keep going through this whole debate because it's kind of pointless. Over 100,000 Judean Jews settled during this reign. Right? What is the point of me saying that? The point is, it doesn't even matter if he was black, white, whatever, right? That doesn't even matter. And it doesn't matter if Jesus was black, white, Middle Eastern, whatever. The whole point is we got to start focusing more on what it was really about, which is salvation. That's why I said race over grace. They're putting the race more important. They're making that the focal point versus God's grace. And the reason why God's grace was bestowed upon us, because he sent his only begotten son to die for our sins. And if all we do is believe in him. Now, believe, I want to break that down. Believing in him does not just mean you believe that he existed. Believing in him means you followed him. What did he say to his disciples? Pick up your cross daily and follow me, right? He also said in John, if you love me, you will follow my commands. What commands are that? Those are the 10 commandments.